Hello there, dear YouTubers. My name is King1993, and today is another day of me trying to explain another Valkyrie character in this game. So, without further ado, let's get started. Now, today's Valkyrie character is called Griseo. Okay. Now, Griseo is considered as an A rank character. Basically speaking, you can get this character for free in the following places. For example, if you were to click on this get option, you'll be able to see where you can get them. Okay. Now, other than that, the question remains is what type of character is this Griseo character? So, Griseo is considered as a physical support type of character that can also do bleed damage. So, when it comes to two type of damage ceiling, okay, when it comes to two types of damage ceiling such as impair or let's say such as bleed, most of them are gonna be physical type. Okay, so she's a physical support uh bleed type of character in the game. Her ultimate basically causes bleed, and that can basically causes the enemy to take continuous large quantity of damage as long as the bleed is activated. Okay, so that's basically that much I can say about this character. Now, other than that, the question remains is okay, what is her weapon recommendation? Now, according to this recommendation here from this basic section, her best weapon recommendation is called Elysian Astra. Okay, and this is the Elysian Astra can be upgraded up to 6 star as a pre-arm, and this is her recommended stigmata set, which is called Se Cezanne. I do not know how to pronounce this name properly. So this is basically how it goes of which type of stigmata set you should be uh, using when using this character. Okay, now the question remains is okay, what if I do not have this weapon or this stigmata set? What can I do then? Well, you have others option. The others option are basically given here. See the both the economic section and this for the beginner section. It is basically given here what type of stigmata set you should be using. Other than that, you can also use Mich and Max type of stigmata set, which you can basically be able to find from the Hoyo Lab. So if you guys go to the website called hoyolab.com, you will be able to find even more information regarding of which type of best free to play stigmata set you should be getting for the character. Okay, now when it comes to this character, obviously the question remains is when is she available? She is available in the current patch in the C version, and it's gonna be available for 21 days starting from today. Okay, so it is basically a 30-day or something, but it's gonna be available till this sorry 20 days. Okay, so you basically have 20 days to collect all of the Griseo stigmata set and the weapon as well. Okay, for example, I have one of the stigmata set and one of the weapon which I have gotten within 13 pulls. So what am I trying to say? I am saying that out of all of these different types of features that each of the Valkyrie character has, most of the time what was given was impair. Okay, like most of the physical damage healer were giving impair, or even the most of the physical support character were given impair. So afterwards, a long time later came the bleed. So the question remains, is there gonna be a possibility of this super string dimension gonna be having a bleed damage? Yes, is gonna be having a bleed damage weather system. So if you see any type of weather system where it basically says bleed damage, then there might be a high possibility that you must need to be getting Griseo and her weapon. Okay, now because Griseo is considered as a free to play character, you do not need to do any type of pull on this section here. Rather, the only section that you must need to pull is from this place. Now the question remains is okay, if I do not have this weapon or this stigmata set, what are the other alternatives? Now you can go to this equipment section here, and once you go to the equipment section, go to this force. Once you have selected the force, select on this. Okay, and there you will be given some other good options. Now, where can you actually understand this option? don't worry, just read this description and then you will be able to understand. Okay, now here is the thing. If you do not have Elysian Astra, then this 11 liturgia is gonna be still good. Okay, Pledge of Sakura is gonna be still good, and rest of the others are not gonna be that much good. Now here's the thing: Pledge of Sakura is actually grindable. So if you have the Pledge of Sakura, obviously go for this Pledge of Sakura. This Pledge of Sakura is grindable, so you can basically grind for this one. Now when it comes to the Stigmata set, now out of all of the Stigmata set, obviously you should be trying to go for support. So where is it? Okay, from the support point of perspective, obviously if you were to have our original stigmata set, it is the best. But since if you do not have them, what you will be needing is the ability to have more SP. Okay, now which one can provide more SP, you have to see that. So whichever stigmata set provides more SP recovery, that is the one that you should be trying to get. Okay, so from that point of perspective, let me check which one is it. So from that point of perspective, you should try to go for a stigmata set that will continuously provide you with SP. So that's basically how it goes. Okay, now even though I'm not the best of example in saying which stigmata set is the best in that regards, just go for SP recovery. Okay, and as for the weapon, if you try to go for support weapon, you can definitely see that Salvation of Sakura is the best one. And if you go for DPS, then obviously her own weapon is the best, or 11th Luther Gear is the best. But do remember, as I said, that this character is known as support character. Okay, so from that point of perspective, if you do not have Elysian Astra, go with Salvation of Sakura. Okay, so that's another thing. Another thing is when it comes to the elf, obviously try to go for the latest one, because Mihoyo seems to forget how to actually make elves. They just basically make the next elf the stronger than the previous one. Like that is a stupid method they are using at the moment. Uh, But I'm gonna say this: if you want the best overall damage output, then obviously go for this Blade Rundle. If you have, let's say this one is also very good, and if you have this one is okay. Like it is manageable. Like as a free to play player, like myself, who doesn't actually spend that much amount in any that much money, or I have not spent a single amount of money in this game. I do use this one, Blood Embrace, a lot, especially when it comes to boss battle. Okay, so that is basically how this thing goes. That the Griseo character is a free to play character. She is a lead support character in the game and is a physical damage dealer as well. Now, if you were to not have our weapon, those are the alternative which I have given you. Now, if you want to have even more proper understanding which type of uh, mix and match type of stigmata set that you can use on Griseo, definitely go to hoyolab.com. Hoyolab.com has a lot more information than I can give here. Okay. Now, one last thing is you might be wondering, okay, then what about the Elysian realm? Now, when it comes to the Elysian realm, I am totally sorry. I have no idea which one works based on Griseo. So that is one of the problem. And if you want to make a Griseo into a DPS character by providing physical stigmata set, then if you want to go for, let's say, uh, 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 which one is it? Okay, let's see. If you want to go for this direct set, then obviously you need to collect this direct set by using this Michelangelo first and then this one. Okay, so that is basically how you should be going. Now, in case of the last thing that I forgot to mention is a stigmata set itself. Now, if you want to do some DPS type of related damage dealing, then obviously there is G1, G2, G3, and even G4. And just because it is there is G4 doesn't mean all of the G4 will be compatible with all of the other Valkyrie characters. So what you should be doing is, since it has given as a description of which free to play stigmata set that you can use on Griseo, and that is basically direct, then go for direct. Okay, so how can you start with direct? You basically start with Michelangelo, the G2 one. Okay, sorry, the G2 of the stigmata set. So you start with the G2 of the stigmata set. It's gonna take you about 2 months to get all three of them, and once you have them, it is gonna take you another 3 months to get all of this. So basically speaking, you can use the Michelangelo, and then afterwards you can basically turn them into Twilight. Okay, so that's basically how it goes. And do trust me, you will be needing Griseo, because I thought I didn't need it Griseo, but eventually I realized that there are gonna be uh in the super string dimension, that is, there are gonna be bleed weather, and because of that exact reason I started collecting uh Griseo's equipment. And the first thing that I collect on every Valkyrie character is the weapon first, and then the stigmata sets can come later. Okay, so if you find this video useful regarding of which type of weapon, free to play weapon, stigmata set, or even elf, you should try to go for on this ratio, do so. And last thing, you should remember that you can even try to go to this tactical class here, and then you can basically practice on this character here. Okay, so if you see that what should I call it, team synergy, you can definitely see that ratio, even though being a support character, should be put on the front. Okay, because it will do even more damage output, and the initial SP is gonna be 50. Okay, so from that point of perspective, if you already have her SP even at the bottom, so even at the top at the beginning part of the game, so it will become even a lot more easier. And yeah, that this is basically one of the formation which you can use on Griseo, and it not only works on Alicia, it's gonna be working on most of the others physical damage dealing DPS character in the game. Okay, so if you like this video, then please give a like and subscribe and click the bell notification icon to get more of this type of topic on a regular basis. Thank you, and see you again next time.